It's great to be with you, to take this opportunity to give an overview of what is practical design. I hope you've heard that term being used, and if you don't know what that means, we're going to talk about that for the next couple of minutes. So first, practical design is the idea that we prioritize the needs of the system over the wants of a project. What does that mean? Well, DOTs across the board and across this nation are project factories. We design projects, we build projects. What we have to do is look a layer up above that and say, is that total expenditure on that project the best way to improve our system overall? It's a tough chore to do this because it requires a totally different kind of thinking. Let me give you an example of how this applies and what drives costs. In Missouri, we had a standard that said if we touch a bridge, that we will take it and we will change the alignment so that the bridge is not in a curve, that the bridge will need to be 40 foot wide at a minimum, and that it needs to be raised to a 100-year flood stage. So what did that mean in practice? Well, we would take a 20-foot wide bridge that needed to be replaced. We would widen it to 40. We'd raise it. We'd have to straighten the road. We would have to go a third of a mile in each direction and add shoulders so that we could get to alignments of a 40-foot wide bridge. And you would cross it, the bridge, once it was constructed, and a third of a mile you'd go back to a 22-foot wide pavement. So we were taking a bridge that should have cost about $400,000, and we were turning these into $1.5 million projects. And when we would have a flood, which would occur frequently, the bridge would be out of the water, but the road on each side of the bridge was underwater, and therefore that investment provided no return to our system. Our customers could not drive on that road whether the bridge was out of the water or not. So we had imposed upon ourselves a standard that was tripling or quadrupling the cost of a simple bridge. Well, that's a pretty good example of us very studiously looking at how we are expending our funds through design and standards that we don't even think about. We just simply use what our policy says. Well, knowing that policy drives so much of an organization like a DOT, we are going to be revising the engineering policy over the coming months to incorporate the concepts of practical design so that we will provide flexibility to our engineers so that they can actually be engineers. You can make real decisions about how we meet the needs of our customers and not simply apply what some book that we've got on a shelf is telling us we are supposed to do. So this is a chance for everyone to use their innovation and their skills in doing their job to really focus on what is our problem, what is the need, and to meet that need and not go beyond that so that we can produce more. So this will be the first chat regarding practical design, but we'll have many more as we talk about how these can be applied to specific projects right here in Maryland. So thank you for your time, and above all else, be careful.